Good morning, y'all. It's Timothy. My body decided to wake me up at fucking 4 a.m., so here I am at 7 or whatever time it is. I don't care. I'm non binary, or specifically gender fluid. It's been addressed before. It's not very much talked about because it's like, I don't give a shit. It's kind of like for the same reason I don't talk about things like autism or my race or whatever, since people will just kind of be around. I'll put it this way: people will fucking perceive me and treat me however they want, and then it's just like a fun little surprise where it's like, oh, you've been this the whole time. Ow. But men are the fucking worst. Like cis men, when they're around you, like I put it this way: I'm making this video because I saw a post where this fucking person was on Reddit, and they were talking about, hi, so I have a queer cisgender boyfriend, and and allegedly the boyfriend was super supportive because it's like, okay, like they're a trans male into like dating a cis man, and then guess what happened? Eventually the cis male saw how their pre full transition boyfriend looked like shirtless, and they were like, ooh, titties, bazoombas, and they were like, never get those taken off. And then their boyfriend was like, why? I don't want my boobs anymore, and it's important to me. And they kept saying, don't remove him, don't remove him, don't remove him. But then eventually, like, the cis guy allegedly came around to it, but then was like, okay, but I don't want you getting on T, because I like you the way you are and I don't want you to change, and can't you be the way you are for me, how I love you? And I just, like, I'll put it this way, that is a non-issue. The simple thing is, get rid of your boyfriend and your titties, dude, and you will be so much happier. Last year was so weird because, or actually the past 2 years with the abusive exes, goddamn, I'm still mad about how it's like I left 2023 like, yippee, no more toxic people who drain me, and then 2024 was exactly that, but somehow worse. And it's like, nigga, the one in 2003 I was having knife fights with. How did you outdo him in being worse? But these, I'll put it this way: cis men are very fucking annoying when it comes to being of dating a non-binary person or queer person or whatever the fuck. They are the worst. They are terrible. Even worse than I date white guys. So it's like, yay, I'm just, it's just right into the vein, patriarchal nonsense, white supremacist bullshit. So it'll be a nigga who knows I'm non-binary, and I tell every nigga, I'm like, I'm fine with staying a woman as long as like my time being a woman is worthwhile. So it's like, you know what? It's like I'm fine serving cunt. I'm fine giving that divine feminine energy with my titties sitting high and like pretty dresses and heels and this and that, like little Stepford wife, and like it's like playing a game, dolling myself up, and it's like, okay, if you make my life worthwhile, sure, I can keep it up. Just make it really fucking awesome because I like myself how I am. But at the same time, I would be fully fine transitioning too. That sounds fucking awesome. Like if I had a dick, oh, and muscles, ooh, I would get scarification so I could look like fucking Killmonger, bitch. I would have the sexiest motherfucking pop smoke dreads. I mean, not dreads. I don't like dreads, but I would get motherfucking, ooh, I would look good. I'm just saying. I would get grills. I would be, ooh, I'd be one of those corny light skinned niggas like Blueface, where you just, it's like I'm walking around with a fucking neon blue bulletproof vest for no reason. Oiling myself up to look like genuine. I'd be that type of man. I'd be slutty and very homosexual. I'd be like Prince and genuine. Like it'd be amazing. Oh yeah, I'm just saying. Anyway, what was I talking about? I got too wrapped up thinking about how I'd be as a dude. Nice. Oh right, other dudes. Yikes. So it's like, it's pretty simple. It's just like, oh, I'm non-binary, gender fluid, whatever. And like, I'm just letting you know that's a huge aspect to me. It doesn't come up much though, and it doesn't have to be anything. I'm just saying, it's like maybe later in life, later down the line, I will transition. But if my life is super superb as a woman and like the benefits outweigh the losses, then I'll probably stay this way for a while. And then the niggas are like, bet, okay, cool. And instead of just going, I'm going to treat her so well as a woman that she, like, is totally happy with her life as is and doesn't feel like she needs to undergo any massive changes or whatever, some of these niggas would just get fucking stupid, where they'd eventually, like, last year, the ex I did last year, he just unprovoked, and he kept doing it, and it was so fucking dumb, and I hope he kills himself every fucking day that I remember him. Which luckily I don't remember him every day, but any single time he pops up, it's like, yeah, I hope he gets eaten by wild dogs. He was the type of dude where he would just be like, hey, Tamia, if you ever transitioned, like, you probably would be ugly. And, like, think about it, you'd be fucking ugly. When have you ever seen a trans man that's actually attractive? You'd have, like, one of those shitty little mustaches, and you'd be, like, you'd be, like, short for a man. You'd be scrawny. Like, you wouldn't have titties. no one would like you. Like you, I think honestly, if you were to transition into a man, you'd be ugly. You wouldn't have any luck. And like the man world is men are very mean to other men. I'm just saying. I think you would really just, if you transitioned into a man, you would kill yourself. And I kept telling him, cool. Um, the topic was what kind of meat I wanted for breakfast. I don't know why you're bringing this up. Can you stop? Did he stop? No. He would find random moments to just be like, oh yeah, ooh, you would hate being a guy, you would hate being a man, you'd be so fucking ugly, like, oof, you would not, like, you are one of those people that looks great as a woman, but if you were turned into a man, you'd look fucked up. And it's like, shut the fuck up. It's like, and it was one of those things where I said, stop talking to me about this or I'm gonna fucking leave you. And eventually he did stop, but it took a while because it's like, yeah, nigga. So it's like, you like, how do I put this? No risk was had. I was already prancing around him in cute little lingerie sets and happy to wear sundresses and heels and lip gloss and earrings. And I was giving high feminine energy, and this nigga was still worried about, like, some shit I might do when I'm, like, fucking 40 or something. Like, it's like ironically his treatment made me think to myself, I could just ditch this man and then become a man to show him what a real nigga looks like, because he will never be one. And he got close and he could tell that I was gonna fucking leave him, so that's why he cut that shit out. But it was so, it's like, wow, I love when men just make non-issues. I would love it more if they killed themselves. And then also that happened with the ex before him the year before, and it just kept it's like, it's not an issue for you. Like, nigga, if you clearly see me talking to you about, like, marriage and kids and this and that and being a cute old lady with a big garden, then you don't have to worry about me. Like, if I'm talking about being grandma Tam, you don't have to worry about me becoming an Uncle Tam, because clearly I'm not talking about, like, ooh, I got a great deal on suspenders, nigga. Ooh, I I found a great fucking provider for surgery for to get a dick. Like, you don't see me saying that. You see me like, hey baby, what do you think would be a great name for our kids? I'm thinking A names like Alexander, Arson, stuff like that. I know arson's a crime. It's not gonna stop me from naming my kid that. I I plan to be so rich that my kid will still get a job with a name like that, and also maybe a safe middle name. You know. And he's like, they still kept finding ways. And I found it ironic that it's like the bar was set at, just treat me well as a woman and I will stay kind of a woman. And that's all you need to do. And these niggas failed at that. They are the two worst people I've ever fucking dated. And any day that they are suffering is a day that, like, life feels a little better. Like, food tastes better, the sun shines brighter. I'm just saying. Like, you knew I was fucking gay and non-binary and black and autistic and shit from the start. And I hate when, especially cis men, they do this. They find out your pains and your weaknesses and they use it against you. Not every single one, but enough where it's a fucking issue. Because it's like, cool, you found out I'm autistic and that I specifically do not like noise and do not like being touched when I'm feeling overstimulated and do not like and you went out of your way to either blast music or yell at me or keep giving me noise and touching me when I was in distress. And then you wonder why I beat the fuck out of you, Morgan. He had it coming. I beat the shit out of that man. But it was later in life, like later in our relationship. And he had it coming. He tried to rape me. Even then, I started hitting him before that. I don't really care anymore. This nigga's not a good person. Don't worry about him. He might have been a factor to his mom dying. I mean, not his mom dying, his ex's mother dying. That's a long story. But yeah, these niggas are terrible people. So sometimes you gotta be a bad person. You have to outdo the doer, is what I'm saying. And my ex last year, he deserves his ass beat, but he's lucky he's a little far. And also, he has a kid. And even, like, I'm just saying. But and also it's like, I don't know, it's like niggas will hear that you are a rape trauma survivor and be like, cool. So what you're saying is, I can get away with trying to pressure, coerce, or straight up force you into sex. Like, yeah, and then guess what? It's like, cool, and then next thing you know, it's like, oh, cool, I wore this cute little fucking pajama set just because I thought it'd be cute, and that you'd like it. And then next thing you know, you're ruining the experience by trying to force me to fuck you for several hours. And it's like, it's like no, like not even a real wooing attempt or flirting or build up, just yeah. And I'll put it this way, those niggas fucked up so bad that it's like, yeah. I'm just saying, cis men are just inherently evil in a lot of ways, and I find it really evil that there's some who just go out of their way to be like, oh, okay, there's someone who wants to transition. I'm gonna date them, and then try to pressure and guilt trip them out of transitioning. Even though I know they'll hate themselves and they'll hate their life, but what matters more is that I get a pair of titties to ogle. Booga booga booga. It's like, kill yourself. I don't know. Some days I wake up happy, and then some days I wake up and immediately think about the evil that mankind has done to this planet, especially cis men, especially cis white men, and it's not even 8 a.m., and I've pissed myself off. Anyway, but the good news is I dropped the dead weight and I'm happy. And then, to the best of my knowledge, yeah, one nigga lost his mind after I left him. Fuck him. Hope he kills himself. And the other one, he also lost his mind, and he still keeps trying to hit me up every now and then on the hopes that I will ever have sex with him. And I keep saying, sure, meet me at this address, and just listing random addresses far, far away that I am not remotely at, so that he wastes gas money in this fucked up expensive ass economy and drives himself out there and waits for like 40 minutes before he realizes that he's blocked and that I was never truly there. Fun. I just think it's so disturbing. It's so disturbing. Like the shit that men can do to you when they date you. Like you think you're dating someone who's decent and sees you as a person. Whole time they're like one of my exes, he thought that I had some sort of rape trauma surrounding deep throating. And that man told me even before then that he wasn't a fan of deep throating. You know what happened? Suddenly he had a deep interest in trying to deep throat me without my consent. It backfired, because surprise bitch, I have a kink for it, and then he seemed disappointed. Do you know how weird it is for someone to seem disappointed that you enjoyed sex with them? It's like, nigga, no one fucks you already. Like, that's a rare moment. You should just be grateful that you had it. Like, it's just sick to me that there are people out there that are like, I want to take advantage of someone. So, if they have any flaws or weaknesses over time shown that I think I can exploit, I'm going to try as much as possible. Like, the ex from last year did it. And I remember he kept trying to be like, you don't have an ass, you don't have an ass. And I said, like, it depended. My weight fluctuates. So I said either, yes, I do. Or I would say, well, if I don't, then okay, you don't have access to it. And he would complain and complain, but then next thing you know, he wouldn't stop trying to neck me, knowing my confidence levels were high. And he would still keep trying to be like, ooh, you got a flat ass, you have no ass, like zero ass. And it's like, nigga, like I knew it was just him being insecure because he was like 3 times my weight and short and had fucked up teeth and a lot of things wrong with him. And he was poor and broke and stupid and not very impressive in any single way. And I still liked him, but it's like he just, it's like, cool. Anything about you that I thought was cool, you sabotaged by being an evil, sorry, I don't want to say that word. An evil, stupid cunt. I'm just saying, it's like maybe you should just jump off a fucking cliff sometimes. Just take a long walk off a short ledge for me. That type of shit just makes me sick. Cause it's like, wow, you had love. You wanted someone. Didn't you want someone that wanted you, and you went out of your way to hurt them instead? Why? I'd also, it's sick. Like I'll put it this way: someone said that most men's fantasy is finding a free bird and putting her in a cage, so that they can feel like they won for the sake of their ego. That's why you'll see dudes like going after strippers or prostitutes and saying, I can change you, I can make you better. But then, like, usually they abandon them because deep down they know they don't want a whore. They just wanted sex from her for free. Or if they do, then they'll be like, cool, I want you to give up everything. I want you to wear turtlenecks and long skirts and devote yourself to Christianity and this, and that. And it's like, there were plenty of women that you could have gone to that had exactly that, but instead you wanted to conform someone else to feel powerful and to feel like you had control over their life. That's sick. And then there's also like people who are like, oh, I'm gonna marry like this girl who has zero bodies, like no body count, no sexual experience, only focuses on God, like covers herself from head to toe. Like she likes to think about nice pure things like flower pressing and Pinterest and sunsets, and she doesn't have an education. And then they'll be like, oh my god, I can't believe that she doesn't want me to do anal and that she doesn't know how to like deep throat a dick without throwing up. Oh my god. Why can't she show a little skin? Why can't she look like the hot girls I follow on Instagram 1,000 times over? It's just sick. It's like it's sick. Like I remember the best advice a man gave me. He said most men truly don't know what they want, and it's disturbing. And it was ironic because that exact guy, he fucking put me in a weird push and pull situation where he was obsessed with me but didn't want me, but also really wanted me and didn't want me to see anyone else, but wasn't sure if he wanted to commit. And I'll just say it. And then I remember, like, we ended things and I tried to talk to him after, and lo and behold, he had another bitch in his car. Ah, yeah, that was a fun crash out. Fuck that guy. I just think it's so fucking sick. It's sick. It's sick. I like to think that humanity is good and has good people in it, but then you just learn of twisted little things, and it's just like I don't know, a lot of young women were groomed that like to be so sweet and amicable and pleasant and overgiving, and then what were men conditioned to do? To fight, to bleed, to not show emotion, not communicate, just take what you want, and if you can't take it, then force it to get what you want and manipulate. And that's why there is a male loneliness epidemic, because there's a lot of entitled men who know damn well that they would hurt happily a woman who just truly loves them for them, and they will self-sabotage, and then the women hopefully fucking leave. If you're watching this video and if you relate to this situation, and if, like, I hope you leave. I left. Believe it or not, my life is a lot better since I left. Like, because once I realized it's like, oh, I could stay with this dude and suffer, or I could leave and suffer. And then, like, if you think about it, the man is actually adding more suffering. So, like, I stayed with some niggas when they were making my life better, but eventually I was like, you know what? The money ain't worth it. Or, hey, they stopped being generous. Or just like, the bad fully outweighs any good. And so it was easy as fuck to just, like, eventually I stayed until I fully got tired and left. And life immediately rewarded me for it. But yeah, specifically just it's like you could get what you want. Like, I hate that there's men out there who are just like, I'm not gonna go after what I know I specifically want, and then even if I get it, I'm not gonna treat that person well. That's so sick. That's stupid, actually. It tires me out. Or maybe it's just because it's 8 a.m. Anyway, I like that I just depressed myself this morning. I want to talk happy. Well, on the bright side, now I am free to be who I want with who I want. And I hope that if you have a fucked up boyfriend out there, I hope you leave him. I hope that if you want to transition and you get a partner who swears they're cool with you being queer, but then says that you shouldn't chop off your titties and that you should stay looking femme or that you shouldn't get hormones, I hope you fucking leave them and get on hormones anyway. And you feel fucking amazing. Because it's like if they can't be the man you want, then you become the man you want. I'm just saying. Bye. Mwah. Amen.